Hari Om to all the Atma Jyotis, divine light of the self. Let us begin by offering our salutations to Sri Ramana Maharshi, whose scripture, Upadesa Sara, we are doing manana on Madalasa study circle. Antaryascha bahirvidhutatimiram Jyotirmayam shashvatam sthanam prapya virajate vinamatam ajnanamunmulayam Pashyan vishvamapidam mudlasatiyo Vishvasya pare paraha Tasmai Shri Ramanaya Loka Gurave Shokasya Hante Namaha. Yes, you want to chant, Lakshmiji?
Next, ಅದು repeat ಮಾಡೋದಲ್ವಾ?
Repeat ಮಾಡಿ because we could hear you.
ಅಂತರ್ಯಶ್ಚ ಬಹಿರ್ವಿಭೂತತಿಮಿರಂ ಜ್ಯೋತಿರ್ಮಯಂ ಶಾಶ್ವತಂ ಸ್ಥಾನಂ ಪ್ರಾಪ್ಯ ವಿರಾಜತೆ ವಿನಮತಾಂ ಅಜ್ಞಾನಂ ಉನ್ಮೂಲಯಾತ್ ಪಶ್ಯನ್ ವಿಶ್ವಂ ಅಪೀದಂ ಉಲ್ಲಸಿತಿಯೋ ವಿಶ್ವಸ್ಯ ಪಾರೇ ಪರಃ ತಸ್ಮೈ ಶ್ರೀರಮಣಾಯ ಲೋಕ ಗುರವೇ ಶೋಕಸ್ಯ ಹಂತ್ರೇ ನಮಃ.
Right. Nice. This shloka is found in that Mountain View. They have a idala publication. Okay, where do we start? We should first pull up the shlokas. Upadesa Saram.
11 alva to start with. Okay,
10 I think so.
10 ಅಪ್ಪ ಮೂರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ.
ಅಲ್ಲ 10 ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ನೀವು ನನಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ 11.
ಆಯ್ತಪ್ಪ, 3 ಜನ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ?
ಓ ಹೌದಾ? ಓಕೆ.
That's the thing. 3 ಜನ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ
1 3 each day. Okay.
3 each day.
Okay, fine.
Okay. So we will take the connection from this 9th verse so that we have we can go smoothly, we can go transition into 10. 9th verse. Rajni, you are 10, isn't it?
No, I was 9.
Oh, you finished 9?
Yeah.
Okay. Then who will do 10? It was supposed to be Indra. Okay. Anyway, we chant the 9 again. If you wish, Rajni, we will see how it leads to 10.
No, I think so. I was 8 actually. Never mind. I will do that.
Okay. Anupama was 9, correct.
Bhavashunye sada bhavas susthitihi bhavana bala the bhakti ruttama. A state of void free from thought is gradually attained by making abidance in the background state of I am complete. This is the supreme devotion.
Bhavashunya sadbhava susthitihi. That's what verse 9 is saying. Bhavashunya sadbhava susthitihi. Susthiti is to be established, alva? How to be established in sadbhava? What is sadbhava? The true bhava. Sat is God. Sat is Brahman. How to be established in Brahman? By the state of bhava shunyata. There should be no bhava only. What is bhava as per Bhakti? How do you explain bhava in Bhakti? In Bhakti Marga, because we have been...
Surrender. It could be anything, like a love. Could be as a parent you treat, as a friend, or as a dasa. So he's saying, but this is with a Bhagwan and a Bhagat. But over here, it should be shunya of that thought, of that feeling. And
Yes.
that is, I am him. That is, we
Correct.
both are the same.
Correct. From duality to non-duality. That is the journey.
In any kind of bhava also we feel the same over a period of time. No, when the child is hurt, mother actually feel the hurts.
Correct.
So that is there in any kind of bhava.
Yes, yes, devotion. Basically, it is bhakti, devotion. Bhava means devotion here. Bhakti. So, bhakti means duality. Alva? I am there and God is there. Difference is there. So, bhavya shunya is isme susthit hona hai. Without that bhava of you and me, separation, you have to be established in that.
I am.
I am. Bhavanat balad bhakti ruttama. See, bhavanat bala. Which bhavana is bala? The bala with the strength of which bhavana should you go into this non-dual meditation? He is saying, I am. That is the bhakti, uttama bhakti, supreme devotion. It's called parabhakti. Parabhakti is when your bhava shunya. How? By being established in this parabhakti, which is bhavanat balat, with on the strength of this bhavana of I and God are the one and the same. Tattvamasi, aham brahmasmi. That is the bhavana bala you should have. That is the importance of Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. When can I abide in that bhavana bala? Tell me. If I don't have an understanding of I am, how is it? How can I even, have that strength to be in bhava shunyata? Not happening, isn't it? So, the basis of Sri, we have to remember Ramana is basically complete, total non-dualist and a bhakta, both. But he says the journey is from bhakti to jnana. After being established in jnana, come back to bhakti. It's fun, it's good, it's beautiful. Because as long as the body mind is there, we have bhavanas. The best bhavana to have is devotion towards the Saguna Brahma. That is why Ramana is both shining example of Saguna and Nirguna Upasaka, Bhagavan Ramana. So we go to Shloka 10, which Indraji was supposed to do, I think. But we can invite Murtiji to share his thoughts. Murtiji, if you don't mind, you can chant it, or somebody else can chant this shloka. Very, very beautiful, oft-quoted shloka. And, it's very famous also, popular.
hṛtsthale manaḥ svasthatā kriyā bhaktiyogabodhāśca niścitam. Fixing the mind in the heart is true karma, bhakti, yoga, and jnana.
Yes. Beautiful shloka. Yes. What are your explanation, thoughts about this? What is this hṛtsthale? Where is it to be found?
hṛtsthale, actually, it is said in different ways. Hridi. It is the place where all the thoughts that rises. It is the support system. It is the support with which all the thoughts rises.
Okay.
So generally that is called adhisthana. So without which these thoughts cannot rise.
The background is necessary.
Yes. So that unchanging substratum, when that can be seen only in the silence. Only in the silence. Silence in the sense
silence.
There are no objects to the consciousness.
Right.
When there are no distortions in the mind.
Very good.
So when mind in the sense, mind has subject, illusionary subject and object association. When these two things coalesce into the source,
Right.
so only then that hṛt can be felt.
Okay.
So what is this karma, bhakti, all knowledge, all that we are trying to do? Purpose of all this is to fix the mind, or allow the mind go back and merge with its source.
Correct. Very nice.
Very well.
Very nice. Thank you, Murtiji. Anyone else wants to share their understanding of this shloka based on the little translation that is there? hṛtsthale mana, in the heart, in the heart, svasthatā kriyā, when the mind is made to abide in the heart, this is the goal of the path of action and the path of devotion and the path of yoga and the path of jnana. Niścitam, this is firmly shown to be so. Yes, please share.
Purnimaji, you said for the thoughts to arrive, there needs to be a background. I didn't understand. What background are you talking about?
From where is the thought arising, Rajni? That is the background. From where is it arising? Thoughts.
Where is the thought arising?
Ah.
You can say consciousness, or you can even say what is happening around you.
No, what is happening is the outer input, but from inside, where is it coming means, like you said, it is from consciousness. Everything arises and sets in consciousness. There is no other place, isn't it? Everything arises and sets in consciousness. The entire world, manifest world, thought. World is nothing but thought. It's in consciousness. That is the background. That is the adhisthana, support. That's what Narasimhamurtiji is saying.
The other way to put it is, because we have already gone through DDV. In DDV, Drigdrishya Viveka, this is clearly explained, saying Antakarna is Jada. It is insentient.
Insentient.
Thoughts are notional sentient. How sentiency is attained? It is a stored information. Thought is a stored information. Then that becomes live into the Antakarna and gives an expression that it is real and it is lively.
Correct.
So for this to happen, there is an entity which supports or which gives that consciousness.
Independent, entity. All the thoughts, etc., dependent realities. This is an independent reality, which is what hṛtsthale. It is what Ramana is calling it as hṛtsthale, the source, heart. Anyone else want to ask any question or share any understanding about this? Any doubts? Please come forward. Let us discuss this shloka, because it's very, very, this is the heart of Upadesa Sara. Really, this shloka is the heart of Upadesa Sara.
And this is also a heart of
say regarding hṛtsthale manaḥ. To understand it, as Rajini ji asked, see, whenever we feel any emotion, we don't feel it in the heart. We feel it somewhere in the middle part. That is hṛtsthale. Actually, everything is coming out of that hṛtsthale, and when that hṛtsthale is in a state of peace, whenever mind is in a state of peace, that hṛtsthale can be seen. Can be seen.
Correct.
And while seeing that hṛtsthale, whatever action is done, that is the healthy action, that is the actual karma. And how that can be done, that can be through any way, bhakti, yoga, or bhoga, through knowledge. That can be attained through any of these path. That is niścitam.
That is niścitam. Very beautifully said, Anupama. You have hit at the heart of the essence. Very nice. Very nice. So anyone else? Hmm?
So the thing is that, so whatever karma, action or yoga, it is coming from which place? So that becomes important. So if it is coming from the source, which
Hmm.
is the heart or the consciousness, then it is a true karma, then it is a true bhakti, and then it is true yoga. Otherwise, it is from the body, mind, intellect complex.
Correct. From the ignorance, from the standpoint of ignorance. If it comes from the source, everything is good. So in this shloka, he's saying all the paths, their whole intention of all these different paths is to go towards the hṛtsthale. That is the idea. See, hṛt means what? Heart. Like
Hriday.
but it is not the physical heart. Obviously, it is not the physical heart. It means the core, the essence, isn't it? The source, like how it is said. So the entire, I have to travel to my core of my, being. That is what Ramana is telling us. Go to your very source. That is the hṛt. And place your mind there. Now the mind is going outward. Take the mind inward. Go to the very source and merge with it. That is yoga. Yoga means merging, union, isn't it? So merge with the source and be happy in that state. Svasthatā means what? Swasthya means what? Well-being, healthiness. When is the body? When do you feel that the body is healthy? When I don't feel the body at all. When I have a headache only, I feel there is a head and I have a headache. I remember, I have a head. Like that, some part of the body is aching, tummy. Otherwise, I will not worry about my tummy at all. I don't even notice I have a stomach, leg, tummy, back, everything. Like that, when I'm not bothered by the body, I'm healthy. Similarly, when I'm not bothered by the mind, I'm happy. That is swasthya. That is when the mind has merged into the source, always sada bliss. That is why it's ananda. Otherwise, where will ananda come from? Isn't it? That is the goal of all the kriyas. That is the path, that is the goal of karma yoga, to merge the mind with the source. How? By surrendering. Bhakti yoga, surrendering. Then Jnana yoga, through understanding. See what we are doing now in this. Ramana so beautifully in this 30 verses has given us all the yogas. So beautiful. We have done with, first we have discussed bhakti. Karma. We started with karma yoga, no? Kartruragnaya prapyate phalam. That was karma yoga, some 2-3 verses. Then we came to bhakti. And now we are merging everything. The whole thing is jnana. Jnana includes everything. All the paths are included in jnana. Okay. And commentators say that the positioning of this verse, number 10, which is merging of all the yogas. Karma, bhakti, kriyā and jnana, all the yogas are merging in this shloka. And it is said that, see, karma and bhakti we discussed. Then we have this verse 10. And then Ramana will go on to discuss Ashtanga Yoga and Jnana. Okay. So this is right in the middle. So this is called Dehali Deepa Nyaya. It is a lamp which is kept in the middle of 2 rooms, in threshold of 2 rooms. It is lighting up both the rooms. That is what the commentators say about this shloka. This shloka, when you keep it, when you put your mind in the source, it is lighting up Jnana and Bhakti as well as Kriya and Jnana yogas. So beautiful, no? The center, it illuminates both the sides. And it illuminates the entire Upadesa Saram. It is what it is said. And then, so of course, Hridaya doesn't mean intellect. Hridaya more like intellect. Place your mind in the source, or with understanding, it is intellect also. Hridaya is core of my being, and swasthya is health. Okay, what else is there?
I did experiment with this sloka to understand.
Huh.
Every day, only one activity I took for 1 week, like while eating.
Oh.
So, while eating, just enjoy what I am eating. Don't think anything. So during that 1 week, actually I felt that the eating, the thought of eating, actually it goes away.
Oh, it becomes a bhava shunya kind of thing. No,
Similarly, I think everybody can take up one activity and try it out.
you mean that mindfulness, no? Is that right?
Well, actually, we start with attaining mindfulness,
Mm.
but it subsides. There will be no mindfulness also there
Mm.
while doing that job.
Mm. Just happening is there. Just the act,
Happening is correct.
the triputi is merging.
Mhm.
There is no actor, action, and act. Everything is just happening.
Okay.
That is what Prabhuji keeps saying. There's only happening. There's nothing else. There is no subject object that has to merge. So beautiful, Anupama.
This is nice to experiment, Purnimaji, this slokam.
hṛtsthale mana. Just yesterday, I was reading a WhatsApp forward. Sometimes they're very beautiful things. So there's this wife birthday, the husband takes her to a special meal. So in that place, it's night, they have gone for dinner. And in that restaurant, it's entirely completely dark. There are no lights. And then they are led by a man, by a waiter to the thing. Lot of food is spread, but they can't see, it's completely dark. So they have to touch and feel and then, relish it. Only the sense of touch and taste are there, and smell, of course. And then the wife finds it very difficult at first, but then she enjoys the meal thoroughly. And then at the end, the waiter will come and lead them and help them wash their hands. And then the lights come on. And then they see that the waiter is blind. Then he says, "You are welcome to my world. This is how my world feels." And it is very beautiful. Because one sense is not just that eyes can create all havoc, isn't it? The sides, too much havoc they create with our, our perception. So like Anupama said, it must be pure experience of eating. Very nice.
Because that is the one task I find no time to do. I eat walking and standing and all. So I thought this will be a challenge, but it was nice.
So you will
Very good.
continue, no? Will you continue or no?
No, I didn't continue it.
Okay. But you do regular Jnana, you practice, so that's fine. No? Good.
Yes, ji.
Very nice.
A
Yes.
point about the Heli Dipanyaya.
Heli Dipanyaya.
If you look at Ramana, this Upadesa Saram, the current shloka is associated with the adjacent two
Yes.
shlokas.
Correct.
If you want to understand the current shloka
Correct.
in its entirety, you should have the context of previous. You should have the extension of the next one. So this is also said as Deheli Dipanyaya because this current shloka is like Vasilu,
Threshold.
threshold of the door.
Correct.
So lamp is kept there and it is lighting both the previous shloka as well as the next shloka and the current shloka.
Correct. So the previous shloka was how to become bhava shunya. This is the
Yes.
link. How to achieve that bhava shunyata is this. Keep your mind in the source. Actually, so simple, yaar. Upadesha Sara is too simple and too profound also at the same time. So next we are coming to what all we do to achieve this bhava shunyata, to go to the source. So Ashtanga yoga is one method. So we will see how that goes. Lakshmi ji.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Vāyurodhanāllīyate manaḥ Jālapakṣiva drodha sādhanam. Through breath control, the movement of the mind is contained, just as a bird restrained when caught in the net. So here, as Mr. Narasimhamurthy said, the previous shloka is connected. In previous shloka, Ramana Maharshi has said abiding in self. So for abiding in self, you require like bhakti, jnana, and karma, yoga. All the four you require. So for that, continuing that particular thing, Ramana Maharshi has said started with yoga. That is union. That means how you can keep your mind silent or calm. So to start with, he has told about, to start with, you have to do the breathing practice. So whatever may be the kinds of breathing practices, you have to do the breathing practice. Then what happens? You will be concentrating on that breath. So that means to say your mind is fully there. So it cannot wander. It can definitely cannot wander. So that is why they say Vāyurodhanāllīyate manaḥ. That means it will get involved. The mind will get involved in that breath control, whatever we are doing. So that is what they say. And this has to be continuous practice. The regulation of breathing will be leading to regulation of mind. So this can be achieved only through a continuous practice. So, and then it will be completely when the mind is completely on the breath, you need not wonder. Like what they have explained, just as a bird restrained when caught in a net. So the mind is completely here in the breath. So it is caught in that. So it cannot escape. But once you stop that breathing practice or anything, the mind will fly away, and then will start wandering and going to all sorts of in all sorts of directions, and then again mind will be full of thoughts, etc., etc. So for this breathing practice is, and this can be achieved only through sadhana. That is what Ramana Maharshi has said. And then this practice, as we have been taught by our Guruji, breath observation and the body observation, it will also help to keep us in present. You will be in present. You will not go either to the past or to the future. So that also will help. So these are the practices which can make. It is only to start with, Ramana Maharshi has said. Of course, the Bhakti, Jnana and all are definitely a part of those things. So first, to get into that Bhakti or Jnana, you need your mind to be calm. So to keep your mind to be calm, yes, you have to be, you have to do these breathing practices and whatever kind of breathing practices. And these breathing practices are all have been practiced by rishis, which is called meditation now, dhyana. So it was from time immemorial that is happening. So that breathing practice may be in a different ways, but now we call it as a meditation, either silent or breathing, observing the breath, so many things. So the main purpose of this shloka is to keep your mind, prevent your mind from wandering. You need to have the breathing practice. This is the starting point of that yoga. Thank you.
Ashtanga yoga, correct.
But there is a drawback to this, that the nature of the bird is to fly, but it is caught in a net, so it cannot fly.
Correct.
So given a chance, the bird would fly. So without the understanding, if it is a breath control, it is a forced activity and it does not come natural. So the moment that thing is removed or the breath control is not there, the mind starts wandering. So it is something which is which has its own limitation.
Temporary fixture to cool the mind.
Yeah, this is that is why it is said sadhana. It is a temporary this one to keep your continuous mind. Of course, as Rajani said, with the jnana, yes, I agree with that. But what has happened is people who are not having any kind of other knowledge or bhakti or whatever, to start with, this will definitely help. That's what as my understanding.
Correct. Very correct. Actually, the next verse also is connected to this verse, but then we'll have a bigger picture. But still,
Yes.
let us try to delve into this one only. So, what is the connection between mind and breath?
See,
It-
whenever
yeah.
whenever we have any kind of emotion, whether we are joy, we are angry, we can observe our breath pattern. It actually keep changing according to our mood.
Yes. Correct.
So once we begin to observe that changes
Yes.
according to our mood, then automatically we'll come to we will try to regulate. When I am sad, I'll take a deep breath and slow down my breath. I will automatically start regulating my breath there. Then it won't be a forceful thing.
Correct.
It gradually happens.
Very correct. Correct. Clearly, the breath and mind are connected. When the mind is affected, for nightmares, for example, no, the mind is so disturbed, my breath automatically changes. I feel suffocated. I start sweating. Everything starts happening. So that is there. But when and vice versa, when the breathing is normal, that is the advantage of pranayama, no? When you regulate the breath, the mind is also regulated. Correct. That is the pattern of breathing. So the pancha pranas, which prana controls the mind? Which are the pancha pranas in the first place? Prana has got 5 activities, not that 5 parts. It's got 5 activities. It controls the physiology of the entire gross body, which means mind is also gross. Come to think of it. I mean, it is a matter, subtle matter, but still it is matter. So what are the pancha pranas? Just for quick recalling.
Prana, apana, udana, samana, prana, samana, udana. I'm sorry.
Jnana.
Jnana.
Vyana. Yes.
What is what? What is what? Which one is what does it do? Any idea? What does prana? Mukhya prana is, of course, the main thing which, the mukhya prana is the main prana. So,
Yeah, apana is taking out the unwanted, this one, if I'm right. Okay, and I'm not able to get for the other things.
anybody wants to share? Padmaja? Mutta?
Is samana the circulatory system?
Samana is not circulatory. I think it is Vyana. Is it correct, Anupama? Are you aware?
Jnana is circulation, I am aware, but I have little confusion regarding other things.
Okay. So apana, we know, excretory system is apana. Everything that is thrown out of the body, the apana vayu takes care. Vyana vayu takes care of the circulatory system, entire body. And then samana takes care of the digestion. It keeps the, digestion smooth and happening. Samana.
Udana?
Udana is the one which takes care of all the activities above the heart.
Oh.
All the nervous system, the thinking processes, and the blinking of the eyes. All these things are taken care of by Udana Vayu.
Now I will remember all the actions correctly.
Correct.
It is directly registered now.
So the mind is controlled by, not controlled, regulated by Udana Vayu. All the sense organs are regulated by this Udana Vayu. ಕಿವಿ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಕ್ಯಾಟರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಪರೇಷನ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತೆಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಉದಾಹರಣ ವಾಯು ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. And it is said that the last vayu to leave the body is udana. That is why when one is dying, this is all heard, of course it's word of mouth only. So all the systems shut down one by one, from toe onwards, everything shuts down. The liver, the kidney, this, that, heart will also shut down. Everything is shut down, but still the senses are working. How? Because the Udana Vayu is still there. Alva? You must have heard of many near-death experiences. How they are able to hear the doctor talking, the relatives crying, everything is happening, but they can't move. It's like being in sleep, dream state. Everything you can see and hear, but you can't do anything about it. So that is the Udana Vayu doing its job. And so the last thing to go is Udana. It carries the subtle body and goes to the next.
This reminds me of one of my office colleague.
Uh-huh.
He met with some accident. He was hospitalized. So people said that, we went to see him, a few of our colleagues. And then we were talking to him, but there was no response from him. Not at all. There was no response, just lying with all the thing. So he used to play table tennis with us. We used to play in the office. So we said, see, we are all eagerly waiting for you to come back. As soon as you come back, we'll start playing and all. That person who was not moving at all started just, dropping tears from the eyes. Only that much we could see. Nothing else, no movement. That means he was hearing us, he was seeing that he couldn't saw, but tears came from his eyes and it just moved us like we couldn't say anything.
So it's very important to talk to a sick person, bedridden person. It's very, very important to talk to that person because they'll be hearing us. If not at a gross level, at a subtle level, they'll be hearing us. That is why Prabhuji says, before going to bed, listen, Shravana, do Shravana. Even if you think you are falling asleep, but it will go into your subconscious. That is so nice. So, breath and prana, prana and manas are obviously they are connected. But why prana? Why prana? It's easier to control the mind or the prana? Which is easier to control? Yes.
Prana.
Prana. Why?
It is just you just concentrate on one thing. Mind may go here and there and all that. It is very difficult to bring it back again and again. But the moment you start focusing on the breath or prana, it automatically comes with it.
Can we also say this prana is channelized in only one way? So there is no chance for it to, like mind wandering, etc. Can we say that?
Correct. The mind is the bird which is flying everywhere. It's hard to catch. Whereas the prana is little more grosser than the mind. The grossest is the annamaya. That body is the very gross. So Ashtanga yoga starts with asana, controlling the body posture first and foremost. It is easiest. It might not be easy, but it's easy to see and watch how the body is behaving. And then comes the prana, which is the next level, little less gross than the body. Mind is subtle, very subtle. So the grosser, you try to do something with the gross in the first place, and then the subtle will come into control, is what is being said. Okay. There are some, like Rajni said, there are some problems with this, not problems. Disadvantages is, it is temporary. First of all, the mind is difficult to control. Second of all, it is temporary control. And third, when the nice mind springs back, mind does not transform. It remains unchanged. Correct. But like Lakshmiji very clearly said, it is the starting of the practice. Yes. And this is the main practice throughout the world. This is practice. Simplest.
And also, as Rajani said, the mind once coming out, it will spring into so many kinds of actions and all. So, there will be no use even if you are doing the breath practice. As over the period of time, as Rajani said, including jnana in your this one, imparting jnana in your this one about controlling the mind, etc. So then along with breathing practice, that jnana will definitely help.
So do not stop. When I start breathing, when I start the pranayama practice, Anupama will tell us beautifully what is the change in her after practicing pranayama very regularly. The mind becomes very quiet. There's a peace and a joy. Everything is felt. No, Anupama. And then,
Yes, Purnimaji.
but
Earlier I used to shout a lot because running around Akshat and he is very naughty. He'll not sit in one place. I lose control by half a day. I keep shouting at him like anything. Nowadays I don't shout. But sometimes I raise my voice, but I am not getting tensed. I am not getting angry. I can say that inside me I just laugh. He is like that only. I make all drama to control him. That I can make out.
Very beautiful, Anupama.
And if I get angry also, as Guruji says, the fire.
Hmm.
That
Fire.
there is a maybe by half an hour I'll come back to normal. I forget the event only.
Hmm.
It
Very
becomes normal.
Yes. So that is the phala of breath control. But with this background of that, with this sadhana, what next is a question? Let us not settle down there. That is what Ramana says. Don't settle for this manolaya. Laya is happening, no? It's being subsued. You know, it is not, nasha is not happening. So the target is nasha, not laya. Laya is helpful for what? What will you do with this calm mind, Anupama?
For transactional world.
Also for transactional world, of course. Immediate benefit. But with that calm mind, it is enabling your next sadhana, no? Jnana sadhana is
Now we can gradually move on to from calmness to blankness.
Very good. Yeah. See, the Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana is very effective only when the mind is calm. If my mind is always distracted, going here and there, whatever Shravana is doing is not being steady in me, no. So the calmness should be used as a sadhana for the next Jnana. Okay. Next, Padmaja will share 13 meaning of contemplation on 13. Unless somebody has to share something more on the previous
12, Purnima.
12 we missed it, Purnima-ji.
12. 11, Ashtana, are we done or any more insights? Jālapakṣiva.
Once again, I'll just come back to these 5 pranas. One is the main prana, one is Udana, which takes care of the upper body. Then there is Samana, which is circulatory, and Upana is excretory.
Samana is digestion.
Samana is digestion, okay.
Jnana is circulation. Vyana
is circulation. Okay, got it.
Apana is excretion. I mean, it's just intellectual exercise. It doesn't matter. Prana is only Mukhya Prana, only one. It will do all these other activities. Physiology of the bodies, that is the Ayurvedic approach. They'll see the pulse and they'll say, oh, circulation is, Samana Vayu is not happening. Tongue, they will give. So beautiful, no, that Ayurveda science, they were able to find out all this just with the pulse. Okay. 12.
Yes.
About Udana, I have one point.
Heli. Yeah.
I heard it from one of the gurus.
Yes.
Our expiry, death is based on the number of breath cycles.
Out.
Each person is given a count of breath cycles. So it is a, what is that? Decrementing count. When it reaches 0, then Udana happens.
Udana comes into play. Correct. When the body is alive with Chaitanya, Udana has got certain jobs to do. And
yes, that's the reason in Patanjali Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, actually he is a Jnani who makes fun of what's the use of extending your lifespan. Like if you reduce the breath cycle, you can live longer, days wise.
Correct.
So that is clearly evident with tortoise. Tortoise lives more than 200 years.
Tortoise, elephant, correct. Slow breath.
Slow breath. We can also reduce. Actually, Prabhuji did that thing, right?
Samadhi meditation, he says your breath
yes.
2 or 3 per minute.
Yes.
Prolong the breath.
Yes. If that is done, we can prolong the. That's what they say. We can.
What's the use of that long life? To do Shravana Manana Nididhyasana.
Nididhyasana, if it is to be used that way, then
leave without attaining Jivan Mukti. So that's the goal. Yes. So when somebody says 100 years for you, let us be happy and say, thank you very much. You know,
Yes.
I'll use the time. Well, thank you.
One more point about observing the breath.
Hmm.
It actually improves the witnessing capability also.
Hmm.
That is prana. It is also called as prana vikshana.
Prana vikshanam.
Yes.
Witnessing, breath,
Wit-
observation, not just control. The
Yes.
Buddha recommended vikshana,
Yes.
vipassana, not control.
Now, in the process of controlling, we will also get benefited this prana vikshana way.
Correct. Observing the breath itself will tell me the nature of my mind.
No, there the self and the activity, that intuitive gap or distance happens by nature.
All right. Correct. Yes, sir. Vikshana is good. What am I doing? Helappa 12.
Yes. Cittavāyavaścitkriyāyutāḥ Śākhayordvayī śaktimūlakā. It means the mind and pranas which carry out various thought processes and actions within the body emerge from one common source, the Supreme. The explanation is something like this. Like we have seen the earlier shlokas also. So the mind and pranas, the mind and the life, they are expressed in our thoughts and actions. So that is with thought and action as their function, diverge and they branch like two branches of a tree. One is a thought, one is our action. But
Correct.
if you understand deeply, both of them, they spring from one single stem. The root, the cause is the same. So both the mind and breath are actions. In fact, all the phenomena, they arise from a single source. So the implication is that the finding the source of the mind can also be done by finding the source of the breath. Okay, so and what is the source of the breath? It's nothing but the void or the nothingness, the Supreme here says. So every night when we go to sleep, what happens? Our perceptions, our sensations, which are felt within our body, they retire into nothingness. We don't feel anything now. We have got into a deep sleep. Everything withdraws into this. And what is that? The common void. Here in this particular condition, there is no thought is perceived, no action is performed. Yet we are happy to withdraw into this state.
Correct.
Every night we go into that state. Here we don't do any action, we don't think anything. So into this void we go every night and then we emerge from it every morning. However, unfortunately, most people do not develop the skill of consciously knowing this state of void. They go and they sleep and they get up. But they don't consciously know that this is nothing but the voidness we are going and we are coming out of it. So only by doing a regular meditation prescribed by a taught by a guru under his supervision can we get this knowledge of this nothingness or the void.
Right.
So a yogi or a seeker, whoever is doing with this rigorous practice of these various techniques of pranayama, meditation, breath techniques, they can actually bring the mind under the control and they can know this, what is this void. So let's look at this game that we used to play when we were small kids. We used to go on the, I remember, like, whenever there's a sun, we used to take this magnifying glass, put that magnifying glass, put a paper underneath and try to put the sun. So when we are focusing the sun rays through the magnifying glass to a certain point, if they just bring it to one single point, the paper will burn. And how does this happen? The scattered sun rays, they were concentrated in one single point. At that point, the tremendous energy was generated. That energy burned the paper beneath. If you again put it back, like, without this thing, there's nothing, it doesn't burn because it is not focused or concentrated. And this is what happens even when we are doing this third eye meditation or, focus. And every time we are doing some kind of thing, we have been told, like, slightly focus on this Ajna chakra or, the point between the eyebrows. what happens when we are doing this? All the scattered energy in all the places across our body, they are brought into one place, this Ajna Chakra. That is the whole purpose of bringing it here. From there, it is directed inwards with great force and momentum, leading to unusual sensory experiences. You know, sometimes people experience when they go into that kind of a stage, they hear some kind of sounds and lights, and ultimately they experience this void or nothingness. However, what we need to understand is, as the goal of a true seeker is not that void, but it's a self. We need to understand ourselves. The self-realization is important for a true seeker. And slowly, slowly we will advance. That is my explanation.
Very nice. Any questions for Padmaja? What is this Śākhayordvayī? Why is that simile given here? You know, which are the shakas? What is being referred to here? You explained that, no? Did you?
Yes, I did say that there are two different branches that come from the spring, from the single stem. They are taking it as one is the mind and the another is the pranas. That's what they are saying, two shakas.
Yes.
The mind and the pranas, they are different things, but they emerge from the same source.
From the same source. That is one. And another significance is there for this Śākhayordvayī.
Okay.
One can get it? No, I'm just trying to understand why that Śākhayordvayī is given anta. Simple. When you want to catch hold of the branch which is farther from you, what do you do with? You pull the branch which is near you, Allah. The mango is hanging on the other branch. What will you do? You will catch hold of the branch near you and pull. So the mango will come down. So when you catch hold of prana, the mind comes under control. And vice versa. When you catch hold of the mind, the prana comes under control.
Nicely said, Purnima.
Isn't it? So that is one significance of the Śākhayordvayī. Both are connected. Easy to control. Both are connected.
And Purnima, that is the importance of doing this pranayama. So if you experience certain things, I think, as we were telling that we should continue doing it. It is not like I do it today and then leave it tomorrow. No, we have to keep doing it so that at a certain phase, it is like becomes so obvious, like, this becomes a part of us, like how I cannot eat my breakfast without brushing. I can't do anything else without doing my sadhana. Perfectly
said. That is the importance of discipline. Very, very important. Discipline is maha important. See, it's where there's a Jnana, the people on the path of Jnana try to undermine the importance of all the other disciplines, which is not correct. To my own peril, I will do that. I should not do it. Sadhana is very important because they're the basis for the higher.
And I think that is a yogic science which has been developed. It's not like just something is happening, you keep...
It's not random.
It has been designed in such a way, it has been, taken ages together with people. So,
Anjali. Yes, Murtiji, wanted to say something? No. Anybody else? And then one more point here in this verse is śaktimūlakā. What is the Shakti? Shakti is what here?
That is what I wanted to point. It's okay.
Really? You can carry on with.
So, Prabhuji, I think the video associated with this shloka, in that
we are coming to that later, but still you can share. Not a problem.
Okay. That's what he mentions. From the self, we have two Jnana Shakti and Kriya Shakti emerges.
Correct.
So, Jnana Shakti is this is the one which energizes the mind, and Kriya Shakti is the one which energizes the prana. So both are directly proportional. I mean, if you control this one, the other silences. You control the other one. If one can control the mind, prana also can be controlled. The reason in the previous shloka prana is given as Purnima ma'am rightly said, it's a grass thing compared to manas. Prana is grass, and we can easily control our inhalation and exhalation.
Correct.
So when that is controlled, we, in our own experience, as Anupama ma'am also said, when we are calm, breath is normal and it is slow. When there is an anger, anxiety, all that, it is a shallow breathing and quick and shallow breathing.
Correct.
So that's what.
Correct. Very correct. So 3 Shaktis we have. Ichha, Kriya, Jnana. Alva? We have Ichha Shakti, Kriya Shakti and Jnana Shakti. In which Ichha Shakti and Jnana Shakti, they belong to the mind. The desire arises in the mind. And the will to do something also arises in the mind. The knowledge how to do it arises in the mind. Everything is in the mind. But the kriya, for doing the action itself, the prana has to cooperate. The limbs have to move. You know, the prana has to really, it's the gross level, no? Kriya Shakti is always at the grosser level. So, here in this shloka, when he says śaktimūlakā, through the Shakti. Shakti, we can here also take it as Maya Shakti, Prakriti. Prakriti. Prakriti makes you do all this. Prana and mind, Prakriti is playing with us. The prana and the manas. That is why when the manas is merged with the source, then you are in control. So, that is why when you have to achieve something, it is not enough to desire. The prana has to cooperate. You have to do kriya also. That is why the prana and manas have to be under one's control. That is the purport of this shloka. Cittavāyavaścitkriyāyutāḥ. Watching this thing. The various thought processes are happening and the actions are happening within the body. They come from the śaktimūlakā, from the source. Prakriti is also, you can think of them as a source. Okay, these 3 verses were for today. I think nice contemplation. Any more you want to add? Please add. Next we can take 13, 14, 15. Yaar bartare, yaar baralla next week. Hey, yeah, next week is 30th is end of the year. I don't know. People are traveling, not traveling. Anupama, Padmaja, are you all there next week?
Yes.
Very much? Okay.
Yeah, I'll be
Yes.
there, Purnimaji.
I'll be also there.
Okay, Rajini. So, Anupama, can you take 13?
Oh, yes.
Layaminashane ubhayarodhane layagatam punar avatino mrutam. Even the words are so beautiful, yeah, to chant also. I had shared a beautiful chant. I don't know if people heard.
By children. Nice, Purnimaji.
So beautiful, no? 14, who wants to take? But will you take, Rajini?
Yeah, I'll take.
Then who? Indra, I don't know if she comes. Good. 15. Indra / Shaila / Purnima. Okay? 13.
Purnima, what you can do is mention it in that group only, so that we know we'll remember. Otherwise, yaru anta will forget it. So it is there.
Yaru will happen in every class. Correct. I'll just put it right now. 13 is
Maybe what you can also do is every shloka, give it to 2 people.
2 people.
So that even one is absent, other one can. Even both are present, they can tell their opinion.
Both can share. Howdu, correct. You are
Their interpretation of it.
correct. Perfect.
Ibbaribbರು ಕೊಡ್ಬಿಡಿ.
ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ. Anupama 13 ಗೆ Anupama and Indra ಹಾಕಿರ್ತೀನಿ. Rajni and Padmaja and 14, 15 I will put Shaila and Anupama. Good. I think we are covered.
ಅದು ಕಳಿಸಿ ಅದು ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ.
ಈಗಲೇ right now.
Thank you.
Okay, done. So nice. We'll do this. ಇನ್ನೇನಾದ್ರೂ ಇದೆಯಾ ಹೇಳೋದು?
ಅಷ್ಟೇ. Thank you so much.
Saram. All right. Prayer. Closing prayer. You want to tell? Padmaja.
Okay.
ಅಸತೋಮ ನಾನು ನಾನೆಂಬುದು ಮೇನ್. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಏನ್ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಹೇಳು. ಲೋಕ ಸಮಸ್ತ.
Asato ma satgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityorma amritam gamaya. Am Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Nanu Nanimbudu Nanalla Ideha Manabuddhi Nanalla Satchidananda
Ananda Shivanano Nane. Shivoham, Shivoham, Shivoham.
Loka
Lokaha samastaha sukhino bhavantu. Lokaha samastaha sukhino bhavantu. Lokaha samastaha sukhino bhavantu. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Hari Om Tat Sat.
Om Tat Sat.
Thank you.
Thank you, people.
Thank you.
Satish ji has
Thank
come.
you.